Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Do you sometimes struggle to keep a track of your different activities
It's way too much.
It's just too much.
that you need to do for your job, outside of work, your general life, what you need to do for that day, that week, that deadline coming up, and information and notes associated with those different activities? Then you're not alone. We are bombarded with an immense amount of information every day, from the time we wake up to when we hit that pillow. You might have a game plan, but interruptions will come from different directions, all over the place.
Distraction!
You might have written up your to-do list that goes out the window, and sometimes you're struggling to even remember. Sometimes this is what happens to me. Some meetings, if I'm not keeping some notes or some bullets, I'll struggle to remember what was discussed in that meeting.
Say that again.
What was that action that has now come up in the next meeting that I completely forgot about? Does that all sound familiar? Are you getting stressed?
Stress!
It's going to take some practice, building habits and using some of the right tools that works for you. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some of the tools that I use to keep a track of my different activities and how to stay on top of them as well. So some of these are quite straightforward. I encourage you to test out a few different tools. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of different ways to do this, from just a humble piece of paper and a pen to more complicated tracking systems. Stay on top of my different activities. Firstly, let's get real. You need to be very careful what you add to your to-do list, and you need to assess the value and impact of that task on your personal and professional life, and understand the timelines and what you will be sacrificing to get it done. So sometimes it's more efficient to say no to a certain task and focus in on that which is moving the dial forward and creating progress and is at the core of what you're doing in your work. So ask yourself a few questions. Is this a priority item aligned with my core objectives in the workplace, or will it stretch me? Is this task more of a distraction? Sometimes stretching is good for your growth, but too much, too fast could be counterproductive. Another question is, will it impact your health routine, your regular exercise, the downtime that you need? You have to look after your health. So think about your health before taking on a task. And will it impact time with family as well? All of these things are really important. It's not just about work all the time. And have a look at, is this activity that is potentially out of the scope of your day job? Is it one of your passions? Is it going to help you upskill and then the medium to long term is going to help you do better at your day job and help you improve in other areas of your life? So one of the books that I've read by Eilert Fishbach, hopefully I've pronounced that correctly, in her book Get It Done: Surprising Lessons from the Science of Motivation. And Eilert gets you to think about tasks along a timeline, to think long term about the actions you will take and how these will count up and compound over time. So this is the same for your health, your finances, habits, and more. So don't be passive with your actions, be decisive. Actions you take today could positively impact outcomes in years to come, with hopefully significant results. So get into the habit and mindset of quality checking your continuous stream of activity. So sometimes it can take a bit of time, an hour, maybe even a couple of hours, to think about your timeline of activities in the short to long term. As you get more disciplined, it's going to get easier. So as mentioned, there's hundreds and thousands of different tools out there. And one thing to bear in mind is try and look for some tools that have some across platform synchronization. So what I mean is that there could be a mobile version, iPad version, Mac, PC, something that you can access depending, doesn't matter which platform you're on. So then you don't have to be kind of chained down to using one platform. So if you're, say, on the bus, you can flip out your notes, synchronize it, and then when you're back at your desk, then you can pick up from where you left off. So here are 3 tools that I've used to keep track. So number 1 is Microsoft To Do. I have done a dedicated video to this, so I can add that link in the description. This is one of my favorite tools to use, and it's got a very simple, super smooth, intuitive interface, and you can build your own categories of lists and get your tasks organized across different projects and activities. So this is a great one you can flip open your phone, on your desktop, and there's a web version of it as well, to quickly start adding in your activities and then building your to-do list. And one thing I love about this one is at the end of the day, when the next day comes, it resets your tasks. So then you rebuild your activities for the day. And it's really easy to do that through this intelligent suggestions feature. And also you can assign the due date so that it auto-generates your task list for the day as well. Number 2 is Microsoft OneNote. And there's loads of note-taking apps out there. There's a whole range of different videos on YouTube about note-taking apps. Microsoft OneNote is the one that I use, and I can't live without OneNote. It's become what's coined as a second brain. So this is where I store a lot of information that's at hand that I might need when I'm replying to an email, or I'm speaking to someone, or podcast notes, or my planning, or when I'm designing a new project. I'll start with Microsoft Note, and it also acts as a bit of a database as well. So I use OneNote to capture notes from meetings. It helps me with planning meetings with my manager or other stakeholders, a range of different stakeholders. I'll map out the agenda for that, and then any kind of detailed notes from that meeting, I'll put it into OneNote. I'll directly, during the meeting, put it in as well. And with the advent of AI coming in, Microsoft is going to be launching and implementing AI into their Microsoft suite. So there's going to be even more efficiency and an intelligent way of capturing notes and summarizing it as well. So number 3 is Notion. And this tool I've been using for past 1 year. A lot of people organize their whole life on Notion. I've not got to that level of complexity yet, but what I have been using it for is to organize the script, thumbnail ideas, notes, research for my YouTube videos, and also podcasts as well. So it's a standalone area which I use for my more creative projects as well. The customization ability for Notion is off the charts, and I use some templates. There's a lot of free templates that you can get that is custom made and tailored for certain activities as well. So check out Notion. There is a free version of it. And again, they started introducing some AI features as well, so which can help you boost your productivity. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. I'll leave some links in the description on a blog that I wrote and some other helpful articles that I've written up. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video.